Hi. It's been a couple of days. Sorry, I'm getting situated. It's been a couple of days. Koda and I are here, and we are ready to read Hank Zipzer for you. Look at Koda. He's so ready to read. Aren't you, buddy? Yeah. You ready to read? And I'm going to read a couple of chapters today because it's been several days. So, if you are ready, Chapter 10. I woke up the next morning totally nervous about my homework packet. I had dreamed that I had arms and legs and a mean, nasty face and was chasing me down a dark alley. "I'm gonna get you, Hank. You'll never escape me." While Frankie was still sleeping, I tiptoed to my suitcase and took the packet out from under the pile of underwear. I was relieved to see that it didn't actually have arms and legs. Just a gold clasp and the words Henry Zipzer written in Ms. Adolph's handwriting on the front. I tossed the packet on my bed. Well, you have to admit, that was a start. It was out. I picked it up. Wow, I'd forgotten how heavy it was. I opened the clasp and glanced inside. When I took a serious look at how many sheets of paper were in it, I knew I had to get to work. That thing was going to take me forever and a day. At breakfast, I actually tried to talk my dad into letting me stay in and skip the Library of Congress so I could work on my packet. Hank, the Library of Congress is the largest library in the world. I think you should see it. It has approximately 530 miles of bookshelves, Emily explained. Oh no, there we go again. Miss Fact Head. Not to mention 29 million books, 2.7 million recordings, and 12 million photographs, she added. Coda's just going to lay down and listen. "Will someone please stop this girl? Her head is going to explode. She is a danger to herself." Even though my dad said he appreciated my responsible attitude, he insisted that we all go to the Library of Congress together. And who was I to argue with my dad? I can definitely say this about the Library of Congress. There are a whole lot of books in one place. My mom wandered around admiring the architecture and ended up in a section about food and nutrition. Are you surprised? My dad headed straight for the dictionary shelves. Emily went with him because, of course, she likes everything my dad likes. Frankie and I didn't know what else to do, so we trailed after them. My dad looked at medical dictionaries, foreign language dictionaries, slang dictionaries, scientific dictionaries, and even an official rap dictionary. I'll bet in that hour, he picked up at least 100 new words for his crossword puzzle competition. He was as happy as a puppy chasing a stick. "Look, Hank," he said, practically jumping up and down as he took out a dusty old volume, "a Swedish rhyming dictionary." "Wow, Dad, that's really, who even knew that there was one of those? You don't see a thing like this every day." Yeah, thank goodness. Fortunately, I had a sneezing fit from the dust, and I was asked to leave. You know, libraries are very quiet places. Frankie and I got to wait for the rest of the family on the steps outside. We made up a game to see who could hop on one foot all the way down the steps and then back up again. It was way more fun than sniffing dictionaries. Next, we went to the Air and Space Museum and had a totally great time. We got to touch a real moon rock and see the Apollo 11 command module. Boy, would I love to be an astronaut. Except I hear you have to be good in math, which pretty much cuts me out. Oh well, no moonwalk for me, I guess. But a guy can dream, can't he? In the afternoon, we went to see the Lincoln Memorial, which is this huge white marble statue of Abraham Lincoln sitting in a giant chair. His foot was as big as my whole body. Emily started rattling off Abraham Lincoln facts like when he was born and how tall he was and how many children he had and blah, 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 blah. In the middle of her boring blabbering, my brain suddenly switched into another gear and remembered something I hadn't thought of in a long, long time. I had never before been able to outbrain Emily, but I swear it happened right there on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. In the second grade, during African American History Month, we had to memorize the famous speech that Martin Luther King Jr. gave in 1963 at the Lincoln Memorial during a civil rights march. Maybe it was because I was standing right there, but somehow the whole speech came rushing back to me. I opened my mouth and out it came. Hank, I can't remember anything, Zipzer, stood at the foot of the Lincoln Memorial, just where Dr. King had stood, and said in a big voice, and I love his speech, by the way, I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at a table of brotherhood. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they are not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I was so caught up in those words that I didn't even notice that a few tourists had gathered around and were listening to me. When I stopped speaking, they all applauded. One man called out, "Good for you, son." My mom was there too, and she had tears in her eyes. Hank, 1, Emily, nothing. I don't think I'll ever forget that moment and those words and the way my mom hugged me afterward. If you're ever at Lincoln Memorial, try it. I promise you will feel really good. Chapter 11. Man, oh man, was I ever tired that night. We had been on our feet all day long. The road trip business was hard work. Back at the Comfort for You motel, I flopped down on the bed in our room and yawned. No yawning allowed, dude, Frankie said. It's homework time. I know it, I answered. The packet was still on the bed where I'd left it that morning. I'm just going to take a 5-minute nap and rest for a few minutes before I start. Frankie was stretched out on his bed too. He pulled out his book, Amazing Sports Facts, and started to read. He must have been really fried because within 2 minutes, he was asleep. I mean, gone. I know I had promised to get started on my homework packet, and I was about to, but sometimes other things get in the way, and, well, Chapter 12. 10 things you can do in a motel room rather than your homework. Number 1, lie on the bed and look up at the ceiling. Real productive, huh? Number 2, flip over onto your stomach and bury your face in the pillows. Number 3, lie on your right side and look out the window into the parking lot. Number 4, lie on your left side and look at the wall with a painting of a sunflower on it. Number 5, flip on your back and check out the smoke alarm on the ceiling. Number 6, flip onto your stomach and make snorting sounds into your pillow. That could be fun. Number 7, lie on your right side and reach for the TV remote control on the nightstand next to your bed. Number 8, flip onto your left side and click on the remote control. Number 9, watch the TV screen light up with a whole menu of shows to watch. Number 10, Think about whether, I said number 10. We're almost done. Think about whether to do your homework packet or watch TV. Flip the page to find out what I did. And chapter 13 will be next time, and you can find out what Hank did. Did he do one of those 10 things, or did he actually do his homework? I want you to make a prediction. See what you think. We'll talk about it next time. Have a great day, guys.